Alright, Sunday night, we are at the rim of the Grand Canyon. Got our tent set up. And sun's going down, it's about 6 o'clock. And tomorrow morning we will be heading out to Hermit's Trail head and hiking down to the Colorado River. Alright, it's about 5 o'clock on Monday morning and we're getting packed up. Good night's sleep. Stars are crazy. Little fire going before breakfast. We were planning on getting up before 6, so we got up an hour early. And we have until about 7 o'clock to catch the shuttle over to the trailhead. We're walking through camp, through the Grand Canyon National Park Campground, over to the shuttle spot. Alright, we got our first shuttle ride done, and now we have to wait probably another half an hour or so to get a ride over to the trailhead, but at least we got a view here. The sun coming up over the Grand Canyon. Holy moly. So we are sitting waiting for the bus to get to Hermit's Rest, sitting at Bright Angel, near the Bright Angel trailhead, and we got our puffy coats on and extra layers, and by the time we get down to the bottom today, it's supposed to be 86 plus degrees. So here is the overall map, starting from Hermit's Rest and then camping 2 nights down on the Colorado, and then the 3rd night at Havasupai Gardens, and then up the South Kaibab Trail to the end. We're here. All right, this is the beginning of Hermit's Rest Trail. Heading down. There's the top up there where we came from, back and forth, and now we're in the desert forest. Only about an hour in, but came a long way down. Long way to go. That's where we just came down. This is the Hermit's Creek beginning up there in that canyon right there. sir.
You see the Colorado?
Yep. What do you think? Impressed? Impressed yet? A little more than halfway down. This is our lunch view. Here's where we'll be tomorrow, heading over to Monument Creek. But for now, we're going towards Hermit Creek. We got to make a right turn here and head down into the Hermit Creek Valley, which we've been walking next to for the last 3 hours. That's our Hermit Creek that cut the walls out of this canyon we've been walking next to the whole way down. We got some climbing to do, and we'll be down in the shade in the cool and fresh water. Down in Hermit's Creek. And it's flowing, so that's good news. Got some clean water. A wreck growing right there. Been following Hermit's Creek now for about 1.5 miles. That's a tough hike. Not a very well marked trail, but not very used, so that's good. But we are just about at the river, I think. I can hear it. Still not really much of a trail through here. Just going to sound. There you go. All right, standing in camp. There's our view of the river, and we're going to head over to Hermit's Creek to filter some water. And this is today's hike, about 9.4 miles and 5,000 feet down. So here's the camp setup for tonight at Hermit Rapids. We're going with no fly. Got the chair there. View of the rapids. And the walls. Still got about 2 hours till sunset. Here's Dylan set up his new Durston. We're ready for the evening. Icing down the beers, sunset beers we're going to have in about an hour at sunset. Maybe if they don't wash away. Got chili for dinner. Rehydrate. Sweet. Dylan dug our beers out of the river and we're going to have those for sunset. Sunset Amber Ale, Grand Canyon something brewing company. God bless them. First sunset.
I'm ready.
All right, you're on.
What is that? Lemon raspberry mojito. Unopened.
Sweet.
That I just found.
Last bit of light on the very top. It's about 6:30 Monday night, and it is dark down in the Grand Canyon. You can hear Hermit Rapids roaring. Just finished a sunset beer from Grand Canyon Brewery. Sipping on some old granddad whiskey. This is the place to be. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning and just enjoying the stars now. I don't know how much you can see on this, but it is a starry night. And an hour and a half or so before it should start getting light. 3 or 4 shooting stars already. Making breakfast and watching the sunrise. Starting to get a little brighter. It's about 5:30 now. Stars are starting to fade a little bit. Beautiful morning. Sun is starting to come up a little bit. Not quite sunrise yet, but we are enjoying camp. Just finished breakfast. Gonna head down to the river to watch the sunrise. Gonna go have some coffee. This is Hermit Rapids camping area. It's all real sandy, real nice soft sand, and a lot of different places you could set up a tent. Somebody's obviously camped where we did today. Almost sunrise. Kind of see that's behind our camp right there. Straight up rocks. The sun's starting to almost hit the canyon beyond. Cheers. Going with the toe socks today. All right, we're all packed up and heading out of Hermit Rapids camp. Got about 5 or 6 miles to hike today. Got some time to explore. This is not a well-traversed trail, as you can see. But looking forward to the day. About 8 o'clock in the morning. Heading out. About 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I can tell the story. There's a big pile of rocks that once was connected, hanging right over our head right there. Hopefully a long time ago. We're going to spread out so only one of us gets crushed if there's another fall. Climbing up over this pile, huge pile of rubble. We're still coming up Hermit's Creek. We had big chunks on that side that fell from somewhere up there. We are at the spot on Hermit's Creek where we leave Hermit's Creek, and we need to head up, get up there somewhere and over to Monument Creek. So we don't know if there's water or not on Monument Creek, or even until we get to back to the Colorado. So we're filling up and making sure we have everything completely full. I have about 3 liters for today's hike. Now we're way up above Hermit's Creek, heading out of the canyon. So we're at the sign, turn off for Hermit's Rapids or go up there and you get to Hermit's camp. Yesterday we hiked along this trail. Believe it or not, right along here is the trail that we hiked upon. And it's about a 1,000-foot drop right off it. Walk in the shade for now. I think it's get over this ridge and we're going to be in the sun for the rest of the day. But today's a fairly easy hike, about 5.5 or 6 miles over to Granite Rapids. So looking forward to this relaxing day. Go find some cool things to see. This is where we came down yesterday. From up there. Now we're headed to Monuments. This is a new section. All new from here on out. View of the Colorado. There's some rapids there. Ooh, the wind's picking up, feels good. The sun is warm already, and it's not warm out. I could imagine doing this in 90 degrees. That would be tough. Right there's Hermit's Rapids, where we camped last night. This hillside is full of prickly pears. I'm glad they cleared the trail out for us. We're headed way up in that valley and get around the top of Monument Creek, and then that's the canyon of Monument Creek there, where we'll head down to the Colorado again today. Our first look at Monument Creek Valley. Might be wet down there, hope so. First look at Monument Rapids, way down there on the Colorado. So that's the monument that the valley and the creek is named after. Up there, there's a rest house on the Tonto Trail. We're going to make this turn, go to Granite Rapids. I don't know if you can see that. Walking down Monument Creek towards Granite Rapids. About a mile away. This is the boaters' camp off of the Granite Rapids. Up ahead there is Granite Rapids, and then we're going to be on the other side at our camp. Alright, this is where we're going to set up camp. It's right on the rapids here, and it's only about noon on Tuesday, so we got the whole afternoon to do whatever we want. Got some granite. Maybe that's why it's called Granite Rapids. This is today's hike, about 6.5 miles and 1,500 feet up and 1,500 feet back down to the Colorado. Cold. Got our free, chilling down our free booze. Taking a little side hike up a canyon with no trail, but got some time, so I'm gonna do some exploring, see what's up here. It's kind of parallel to Monument Creek, next valley over. We are climbing up Cedar Spring. We'll be at the top of this tomorrow, but we'll take the long way. Only made about a third of the way. I think we're stuck here. It gets pretty steep. It's only been sort of steep so far. Found a new cactus, the spiny star cactus.
Is that the move?
I did the same thing. Those couple are loose right there. I think right there, and then I reached around and stepped. And I spun around backwards. Just hiked up on the other side of camp and got this view of Monument Creek in that valley. Long way up. All kinds of mountain goat sign up here, but we have not seen one yet. Saving that for tomorrow maybe. Heading back down for some dinner. Here's our dinner view. Take it. So we found this can just laying at the last camp. So Dylan was going to be a good Samaritan, pick it up and pack out the trash. Turns out it's still full, so we're going to give this a go. Seems pretty mixed up, but we'll try it for dinner. All right, here's to the found mojito. We'll pass. We're a long way from a toilet. Tonight's dinner, chicken teriyaki rice from Peak. Looks alright. We'll see. The view definitely works. Damn haystack. Watching the sunset on Tuesday night, enjoying some buffalo trace. Heading in the rapids, Granite Rapids. Moon is super bright down here. You can see shadows, still see the river. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but it's bright down here.
Well, it's Wednesday morning, about 4:30 in the morning. Got up making some oatmeal. That is cooking, and stars are super bright.
Got breakfast on the banks of the Colorado about 5:15 in the morning on Wednesday. $6 a.m. on Wednesday, and just starting to get light. See the sun starting to brighten the eastern sky, and we are heading up Monument Creek. We are leaving Granite Rapids, leaving the Colorado for the last time, and we will end up eventually at Havasupai Campground after about 13 mile hike today. Lots of things to see. Looking forward to it. It's really pleasant right now, probably about 60 degrees, light breeze. This behind me is just a wall of mud that had to fill the valley in some storm years and years ago. We saw it in the other valley too, but you can see it going up there, and it's 15, 20 feet high or so. And it just had to be a mess back then, slowly eroding out over time. Just a wall of mud and stones. That's Monument Creek down there. We are now on the Tonto Trail, off of the trail to Granite Rapids. So this is at the Monument Creek campsites. There's a bunch of campsites around here. Got a toilet, which is fantastic. Beautiful views. Nice spot. Monument Creek. There's all kinds of campsites here. Really nice flat area. Right next to the water. More down there. And right down here's a creek where we got to load up. Doesn't look like much of a creek right here. We're going to have to find some water somewhere. It's flowing a little bit, but not a lot. There's a little puddle right here. Getting our water systems going for, don't know what's in front of us, so we are filling up 3 liters. Hopefully there's some springs on the way, but we'll, just in case there's not, we're going to get filled up. All right, we're all watered up and heading on the Tonto Trail. We heard some thumps up above and some grunts. Hoping maybe there's some sheep up there. Something was making some odd noise. Dylan thinks it was the canyon Bigfoot. We'll see. Boy, too much water here. Could have come all the way up here. So this valley is the very upstream of Monument Creek, and somewhere right up there there's a lookout called the Abyss. Might be people looking down on us right now. Not exactly sure where, but it is a heck of a canyon. So that's sticking up right there is the monument, and we were way below it. Now we're way above it. On the Tonto Trail. Relatively easy hiking now. It was a steep climb up to get here. Fun, boulders and that kind of stuff. Now it's a nice flat trail. Cotton top cactus.
Sweet. Mother fish on one.
I don't know if I believe it, but that's a small flower fishhook cactus. Looks like the cotton top, but there's some kind of prickly pear there. This is the plains prickly pear. A little bit different. These are all a little different species. They'll all stab you. So we just came out of the Abyss, but that's to the left. That's Pima Point right there, another overlook. Down. So this is Cedar Spring campsite. Right now I don't see any water in the spring, but down below we saw a little bit of standing water. Finally made it out into the sun. About 8:45. There's the Grand Canyon down, or the Colorado. Another shot of that. And really, it's just a whole different looking section out past this this last hill. So right now you can see how far away the Colorado is. You kind of see it down over here. Pretty steep. We are 1,000 feet, just a little over 1,000 feet above it right now. So we're going down into Salt Creek now. This is an impressive valley. Just huge, wide, straight down, 1,000 feet plus, and the trail is right on the edge, which is a little bit intimidating. Then there's a spring right down here for Salt Creek that feeds it. We're going to stop and get some water and maybe a snack. There's a trail heading out the other side, and I'm sure it's going to be just as fun on the other side. So, even though it's been really dry, Salt Creek has water if you needed it. We're going to come down here and get our lunch. Or not our lunch, but a break. It's only about 9:30. But this is, again, a really cool spot. This canyon was something else. On the other side. I kept looking over there to see where a trail was. It's another view of where we camped last night. It's the beginning of the rapids that you see right next to all that greenery down at the river. We've come about 6 miles from there and up about 1,500 feet or so. Do not rub up against a prickly pear. That's what you get. I got stabbed about 15 times. There's the Mickey Mouse prickly pear. Going through a mess of prickly pear here. Just went around Horn Creek, headed to another camp spot up ahead. Somewhere up ahead where we're going to break for lunch. So we are at Horn Creek campsite. This is kind of nice. In the shade. There's actually a toilet here, a couple of flat spots for tents. No water in the creek here, but maybe if you go downstream. We're going to stop here for lunch. Leaving Horn Creek, had lunch there, and ran into a group of 10 that is kind of going the opposite direction of us. They're going to Monument Campground tonight and Hermit's Rest Campground. They're not going down to the river, but yeah, they got a long way to go. We got about 3 miles. Apparently the overlook is closed, they said, so that's unfortunate, but we'll do with what we can. Horn Creek. We are getting back into some civilization. There's a waterline work going on. Kind of see it over there. Porta potty down here. Equipment down here. Guess we only have one night in civilization, then we get out again. Got an excavator over here. And they aren't letting us go to the overlook. Just like the big city. Down here working, digging. Walking through a construction site. 8-inch HDPE DR9. Hey lizard. There he goes. It's like a forest here. Right in the middle of the desert. You can hear water running down below. People everywhere, so we're definitely back in some kind of civilization. We're about 5 miles from the rim if you come down Bright Angel. But almost to the campsite. So much water, the trail got a little muddy. This is like a city here. A couple old big trees. The bathroom up there. You can see why this is a place for people to go. Come up into the camping area here. We have to find a spot. Alright, we made it to Bright Angel Campground. Got our tent set up.
We're not at Bright Angel Campground.
No, we're not at Bright Angel. We're at... Alright. We made it to Havasupai Campground. Tent set up. And we just poured some old Granddad. Cheers. This is today's hike, about 13.1 miles, about 3,500 feet up, and about 1,500 feet down. So we're set up at our campsite 15 at Havasupai, and there's our background there. We're about 3,000 feet below the rim. We got about 9 or 10 miles to go tomorrow, and that'll be the trip. Looking forward to it. Sitting at camp on Wednesday night, enjoying the stars and all the talking, as you can probably hear, and all the headlamps, but all the luxuries too. Got a nice place to eat, fresh water, sit down toilet with real toilet paper. Things you do to trade off for luxuries. "7:30 on Wednesday night. We're gonna wrap it up, get in bed, get up about 4 tomorrow, 4 or 5. Be out here by 6. Another beautiful night. All right, we are packing up and getting ready to head towards back to the Tonto Trail and eventually South Kaibab and up to the top for our last hike of the week. It is straight up 6 o'clock and we're hitting the trail. It's still a little dark out, but it'll get bright quick. I think about 6:15 yesterday we were able to turn our headlamps off. We're heading for Tonto East. We're leaving Havasupai Campground in the forest here. We are heading on Tonto East, and we will hit the South Kaibab Trail and go back up to the rim from there. Act natural. So that point there, that lookout that's just getting the sun right now, is Havasupai Overlook. And it looks right down Pipe Creek. Actually, it looks down a tributary of Pipe Creek. Pipe Creek's a little bit farther to the east. We'll be going around that next. So that point right about there is Yaki Point, the highest point. And just to the right of that is the end of our trailhead, end of the trail, South Kaibab. So somehow we're going to go around this ridge and then up to there. And over here's the visitor center.
Ruined it.
Coming into the valley for Pipe Creek, A lot of trees, a lot of green in here. Above us is the visitor center and that other point where the trailhead is. Yeah, Pipe Creek has running water in it late in the year. It's looking right down Pipe Creek. Through that gorge is the Colorado River. This is called Burrow Spring, and there is water here too. Good to know. This is the valley created by Pipe Creek. A lot of green down there. Sun's coming up on the far side. Another beautiful morning in the Grand Canyon. So we are kind of just above Phantom Ranch, and that's the valley up to the north rim, and right about there I think is where I'm guessing the old lodge stood and the fire was this spring or this summer. But that's the valley getting up there, and yeah, right up there somewhere. So way down there in the valley, that green you see is Phantom Ranch. First sign of the sun today. Out of the shadows. Right over there is tip off. So here's the junction for Tonto Trail and South Kaibab. Looks like some facilities here. The bus station, we're going to take the shuttle up. And hopefully we'll go find the tip off and sit there and have our lemonade. It says trail closed. I think that's for South Kaibab going down. Hopefully. So we were resting at the tip off, which isn't over the edge, not much of a view. And then about 15 people came and started talking to us. So obviously we got the hell out of there. And we're going to head up to Skeleton what? Point? Skeleton Point or something and take our break there. South Kaibab is steep but easy walking. You can see some of the mule poop there. Mules come up and down this apparently. And it's really crowded. Probably seen 20 people on this trail just in the first mile or so. Got about 4 miles of this to get up. It's kind of hard to see because now we have the sun in our face for a lot of the ways, but still pretty. Just gotta stop and turn around and look every now and then. Like that. South Kaibab Trail. Coming around this corner, you can start to see the south rim. That's it at the top right there. Somewhere along there we're headed, I think to the right side of that. These are the switchbacks right below Skeleton Point. There's a trail way down there. A lot of switchbacks to get up. There's an idea of the switchbacks going down. Hey Raven, we're not dead yet. White is something new, kind of a conglomerate of something. Just taking another look down over the valley. You can see that Tonto Trail the whole way. That's what we came in on. Working our way up South Kaibab Trail. Some more views from Kaibab. We are stopped at Cedar Ridge for lunch. It's about 11 o'clock. And just enjoying the climb. It's steep, but it's not too bad. Good boy. How you all doing? Nice to meet you. You going up or going down? Where'd you guys stay last night? Right. South Kaibab Switchback Trail. The closer to the trailhead you get, the more people there are, and better smelling people. Right now, we're none of those. But this is, yeah, mostly day hikers. Thank you for the beer. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Excellent.
Thank you. Have a good hike.
All right, we're inside of a mile on South Kaibab. Straight up there is Yaki Point. We're going around that. And I imagine there's got to be some steep here coming up. This ain't too bad right here. But we still got to get up there a couple hundred feet, so maybe more. Views continue. can see people going back and forth all the way up. It's like a mall escalator or something. It's actually not as crowded as it was a couple minutes ago. But that's it. Straight up to the... There's some switchbacks, final switchbacks up South Kaibab. What's up, Mila? What's up, baby?
Mila. Hi.
We are at the top. And this is today's hike, about 10.5 miles, 4,300 feet up, and about 1,200 feet down total for the day.
It's a video, do something cool.
I beat you here.
I was getting a.
Still waiting on Dylan, so he's down over the edge.
I was getting a video of the person feeding an elk next to a sign that says "Don't give food or water to it."
Did you get the sign
Don't
in
you-
it too?
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Sweet. Congratulations.
Woo! That was easy.